Hey guys, we're going to continue working on money, and I know I've been sharing. I got a hair somewhere in my face. I think it's stuck in my glasses. You know how it goes with me. I always have a hair somewhere. We're going to continue with money, and you've been watching a lot of videos teaching you about money and counting money. We talked about comparing money. We've talked about exchanging money for equal amounts and what that looks like, and you've done a lot of IXLs. Hopefully you had fun with Splash Math yesterday. That was something kind of new. Thought I might want to try something different, so I'm sure you're so tired of IXLs. So today we are going to go back to IXLs for today, but it's going to be slightly different. You're going to be working with adding and subtracting money, and it's when we have both dollars and cents. Even if you're just adding cents, you still have to follow the same procedures, okay? So I want to show you what that looks like. So let's say that I cleaned out my piggy bank, right? And I found that I have, yay, I have $2.38. So I need to write down $2.38. Now remember, when I write money, there's a money amount. There's two things I have to include. One is I have to include the dollar sign. The other thing I have to include is my decimal point, my decimal. And the decimal tells me the difference between dollars and cents. So anything to the left of that is dollars, and anything to the right of that is cents. So we have to have those two things. Now, I say that, but guess what else we could do? I could write $2.38 as all cents, right? Who knows how to do that? How many, if I have $2.38 and I exchange that at the bank for all coins, how much money would I have? I would have, and I'd write it like this, 238 cents. See that with that cent sign right here? That is not something you will frequently do. So I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. All right, so let's get back to it. In my piggy bank, I found $2.38. And I needed to have some more money. That wasn't enough for what I wanted to buy. So what would I do next? I know. I'm gonna go clean under all of our couch cushions and see if I can find any more money. And so I went and I cleaned out all of the cushions in the house, all of them. I looked under every single one, and I found $1.41. Look at that. So I want to know, how much do I have now all together? How much do I have? So if I want to know all together, remember all together means we're bringing it all. We need to see a total amount. We have to add. So we're going to add this. Now, note, other thing I want you to note, when I add, I only had to write that dollar sign right there. I do not have to write it every time, just right there. So let's go ahead. When we add, we still start in the ones. And the ones would be your pennies, your cents, your change. So we're going to start in the ones column. I'm going to call it the ones column so you don't confuse yourself. 8 plus 1 equals 9. And then I'm going to go here to the tens. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Now I'm going to bring my decimal point down because I still have to do that placeholder. This is a placeholder. We have to include it. And now I'm going to say 2 plus 1 equals 3. And I'm going to bring my dollar sign down as well. So I have a total of $3.79. So that is how we add. Now we can also subtract money. And let's say that I am trying to find or save or have, earn, all those words, enough money to buy a new toy. And I am saving up to buy one of my favorite toys that costs $10. but I only have $3.79. So I need to know how much more money do I need so that I can buy my favorite toy. So let's see. If I need a certain amount and I have a certain amount and I want to know the difference between, difference means we need to correct. We need to subtract. So let's do that. If I have $10, or I need $10, but I have $3.79. That is how that's going to look. Notice I have my decimal points are in line. 1, 1, 1, and then the one, this one has nothing underneath it, but that's okay. We can still do this. Oh, Mrs. King just gave us a challenge problem. All right, so we are going to subtract across those zeros, which we know is not our strongest suit, but we've got this. So we're going to start here in the ones, and he's going to go next door, and he's going to say, hey, neighbor, got any I can borrow? And his neighbor says, hey, it's a coronavirus right now. We're running out. I don't have any you could borrow. And the guy says, oh, man, bummer. But Mr. Neighbor says, but wait, let me go check with my neighbor, because we're friendly around here. And he goes next door to the next neighbor, and he says, hey, neighbor, got a one that my neighbor could borrow? And he says, sorry, fresh out, but let me check with my neighbor. So he goes to his neighbor, and he says, hey, got any I can borrow? And then his neighbor goes, oh, I do. I have one you could borrow. So we take one from this neighbor, and he ends up with 0. We give it to this neighbor. So now he has 10. So here, we'll start over. He goes, hey, neighbor, got any I can borrow? And he says, nope, fresh out, but let me check with my neighbor. He goes to his neighbor. He says, neighbor, do you have any I can borrow? And his neighbor goes, you're in luck. I was able to grab some from my neighbor. So we're going to regroup, or borrow. Regroup this. He's going to give 1 away, so he'll have 9 left, and he gives it to him, and now he has 10. So now my first guy can go to his neighbor and say, hey, neighbor, were you able to get any? And his neighbor says, I did. We hit the jackpot, my friend. And so he takes one from him, leaves him with 9, gives it to this guy. Now he has 10. Can we subtract now? Yes, we can. 10 minus 9 equals 1. 9 minus 7 equals 2. Bring down those decimal points. Those placeholders, because we need our placeholders, don't forget. 9 minus 3 equals 6. And 0 minus 0 is 0. So I don't have to write anything there, but I do have to bring down my dollar sign. And I still need to earn $6.21 in order to go buy my toy for $10. Okay, so this is really no different than what we did towards the beginning of the year when we were adding and subtracting tens and hundreds. It's the same thing. We just need to make sure we use our dollar sign and our decimal points. Okay, dollar signs and decimal points. Don't forget to line them up. They must line up. So let's try another. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Let's try, let's say we're going to subtract $6.43 minus $3.51. Okay, we always start here. 3 minus 1 equals 2. We can say the rhyme. More on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door, get 10 more. Number is the same, 0's the game. Well, in this one we had more on top, so there was no need to stop. We could go ahead and subtract. Let's go to the next column. 4 minus 5. More on top, no need to stop. Nope. More on the floor, yep. So we have to go next door. We're going to regroup this, or borrow, and give it to him. So now we have 14 minus 5 is 9, and 5, oh, bring down that decimal point. 5 minus 3 equals 2. And then we bring down our dollar sign. It's $2.92. If you have paper in front of you, you can work this next one with me. Okay, see if you get the same thing I get. Let's start with $7.18 plus $2.97. Everybody got that? All right, start here in our ones area. We're going to first add 8 plus 7. I'll give you just a second to see if you can go ahead and add this before I do. All right, let's get started. 8 plus 7 equals 15. I'm going to put the 5 there and regroup the 10. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. We need to regroup that 1. Put that decimal point, bring that down. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. And bring down your dollar sign, and we got $10.15. All right, so that is how we add money. Now, I'm going to get this question, though. One thing I just thought of. What if I don't have any dollars and I'm adding? What if I have 58 cents? How would I write that as like dollars with a dollar sign? Well, I have to say, how many dollars do I have? I have $0, decimal, and 58 cents. That's what that should look like. And I can add $0.26. What would I get? Well, 8 plus 6 is 14. Regroup your 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Bring down my decimal points, and 0 plus 0 is 0, and dollar sign. So even if I only have change, I can still add it in the same manner I add it when I do have dollars, okay? So just make sure you understand that. When you are doing some of these on IXL or Khan Academy, you're going to want to use scratch paper because of the way you have to enter it in. You have to enter the dollar amount first, okay? And when we are adding on here, the last column we add is the actual dollars. Up to that point, we're adding the change, the cents. So it will be much easier on you if you have a piece of scratch paper or a whiteboard or something. Don't write on your counters or your tabletops like we do at school, unless your parents have already said yes, because theirs might not be as kid-friendly for writing on as ours are at school. So make sure you double check that. But solve it on paper and then type your answer into IXL or Khan Academy. All right? Thanks for listening. We'll check your assignment page to see what your assignment is for today. Thanks. See you later.